Greetings to you.
Cyrodiil is surrounded to the north and east by the lofty Gerald and Vallis mountain ranges.
I see.
Aye, you too. It's my pleasure. You too.
Good afternoon.
Welcome back, milord.
It's wonderful to see you again. Good to see you again. May luck be always on your...
It's my pleasure. Say, you really thought... The Countess is in attendance. Please observe proper etiquette. Hello. Always a pleasure. Work keeps my hands busy. Always a pleasure. How are you?
Not only did I forget to start up the game in time, I also forgot to turn on the mic. It's the second time this has happened. I need more sleep. So, bitrate's still same as it was last night, so I don't know if I can actually hold the conversation. Like, I can read what you're saying, all of you are saying, I'm still getting that, but when my bitrate goes to 0, you can't hear what I'm saying. At least I assume you can't. So I don't know how well I can hold a conversation right now. That's sad. As an unwashed peasant, which question would interest you most? I remember her saying she came to Bruma to warn the people, maybe? I'm leaning between the second and the third. Because I don't know if you actually wanted to find anything here. I guess why did you come to Bruma? That's good. Hopefully it's stable. I also forgot to turn off my sound machine too. As I said,
Greetings to you. They say... How are you?
If I hadn't automated the stream, I probably would have forgot to turn it on too. Alright, so that's one now. Okay. Just have interviewed Fear. Okay, so there's Jasmine in the Isles we can talk to, and also Zivalite at Shetcombe Farm. Oh, I forget if she actually joined the Stranded Light, but we did help her. I should probably get a 2-stack. Who needs bridges when you can leap across valleys? I think 1 stack ended. Doesn't feel like 2-stack speed. Yep, and we're back to normal. I think we're close enough to Shetcombe. What? Did you download one of the massive overhauls? Like Walks's? I forget what it's even called. Like Walks's overhaul, it's not the Nexus, or Moo, or Foco, whatever. I don't remember all the names. Or Ooh. That's also an overhaul. Wait, where is... Okay, there's Shetcombe. Okay. All right. Cool. That means they aren't in the Stranded Light, huh? Hmm. That's honestly the only thing I can think of where you didn't know that it would add a frying pan to the level lists. Pretty cool, though. Oh, wait, what's coming up? Ah, troll. Hello there, carrot tip panda. Fucking weakness to magic and shock.
Oh, what's the matter? Is the baby gonna cry?
See how much damage that did? Or max difficulty. I'm just gonna punch him for the rest. Alright, so I know there's Jasmine. I can't quite think of any other Deja. think I put a recall spot in Xandria. So... a second mark, I think, was to my tower. Third mark, maybe? Yeah, third mark.
Hello.
Okay, there we go. Oh, I kind of know what she's done with him, but only kind of. I wasn't exactly there. I've also asked her why she doesn't wear clothes, but this is asking her for a newspaper and not for my own personal curiosity. Yeah, honestly, that may be interesting. Yes, but do you actually? Because thinking you do and actually doing it are two separate things. Yeah, it's like they censor female nipples, but they don't censor male nipples. Why? Okay, so that's everyone I can think of. I'd like to find one more. Yeah, I plan to use Moo as well in the next playthrough. It's just, I want my first playthrough to be vanilla-esque. So... well, my first playthrough in like... frick, 10 years? 12 years? I ain't played Oblivion in like forever. Alright, there's also a teleport spell. That might give us some hints, clues, whatevers. Alright, there's Nusheoth. Hello? Not as of a lie, I'm noticing. I already asked her. Is this a substantial substitute for it? Oh, can't go to the fringe yet. Troublous. I don't think there's any Daedra in here. This is just a little hideout for me. So I helped out one of the Go guys get some stuff that she forgot here, and in return she just gave me her old home. It's got a statue of me! Doesn't look very much like me, though. Oh, right here. Heavy breathing, that doesn't sound good. Alright, so we can't go to the Fringe or Elysium yet. Okay, wasn't there a teleporter in here? Like there's a teleporter. Either there's a teleporter to here from somewhere, or there's a teleporter in here. Might be one way though. If there was a teleporter, it's one way. Yeah, that is completely true. You need to wait long enough for you to actually forget what's going on. Yeah, I've got the Darker Dungeons mod installed. Which is unfortunate, it doesn't universally apply. It has to by hand alter the lighting in each dungeon, so modded stuff isn't affected, but vanilla dungeons are real dark. I like it. Makes light spells and torches actually have a purpose, as well as Night Eye. Just this freaking invisible wall here. Talk on the collision grid. See, like the white lines are invisible walls. Like, why do they have them there? Not Bethesda without a bug. Why am I going over here? I don't need to go over there. Aren't any Daedra I can talk to over there? Oh, Ultramaren isn't part of the Stranded Light, but she is a Daedra. Could talk to her. Yeah. Oh, did you call get self on the very first train you loaded into an area? That'll crash your game. Alright, now whether we run through normal speed and fight, or go to 0-bit rate. Alright, so whether we run through normal speed and fight, or just... yeah, let's speed through. Alright. Why? Yeah. I mean that wasn't Bethesda coding, that was somebody else's code, but same concept. Yeah, so as you know, Oblivion's camera is elastic, so if I hit E, I can cancel visibility. I learned that. So I'll just go for 3 stack with the 30 seconds for 2 of them, since we're already kind of halfway there. We're this close, and you know how elastic the camera is. And now we're far. This might be a max distance. I don't know if there is a max distance for how far away you can be. Oh, looks like... alright, there goes most of the stacks. I think we're too far out for it to pop up, because the Stranded Light stuff doesn't have LODs. There was a guide that I posted on Discord for my own future use that is how to make LODs for your game that are also better looking and better performance than vanilla mods. But I haven't done that, so the island I'm looking for doesn't have a lot. We'll only see it when it pops in close by. Yes, it's called documentation. Oh, we are way freaking south of the island. No wonder I'm not seeing it. It's called documentation, and there's certain formatting to it. Yeah, one of the things I was taught, especially in the later years, really hammered home, was document, document, document. Both how to do it, and that you should always do it. Even if you're writing fucking 3 lines, you need to document that shit. Even though documentation can be like 30 lines, even and you're writing 3. Still gotta document that shit. Oh, I can't ask you because you're not in the guild. Yeah, so that is one of the mods that I had installed. Newer mod that came out this year. Oh, right, Vortex isn't open. It's face law gen, because apparently Oblivion actually fully renders the faces of all NPCs as soon as they're loaded in. And this mod just says if they're not in line of sight of the player, then replace their heads with these law gen faces. Just derpy. Thing is, it's not, yeah. Sometimes you can actually see them when they're not technically in line of sight, according to the game, and so we get that. So that, like, preserves performance. But you end up with some derpy moments like that. Can I ask you? No, I can't. Well, now you know. I wish I knew the jingle for the more you know. I've only ever seen the image. I don't actually know where it's from. I never grew up with it. The night sky in Rome is always a good sight. Now, I still want to find like a 20th Daedra in our guild, and I have no idea where to go for it. I don't think there's any of us in New Sheoth directly. I really do. Even Skyrim's night sky with the Aurora Borealis is beautiful. Like, even if you have the crappy vanilla textures, it still is an amazing sight. Only part of that game's graphics that held up well over time. Okay. Welcome to Twitch. I also restream to DLive, so you have 3 choices. Okay, we passed the fringe, right? I was heading west. Oh no, we haven't. Okay. Thanks for the follow. I hear that. I don't see it though. And yeah, I only have that set up for Twitch, by the way. I don't know if DLive has that, although DLive does have a log on their page, so I can tell who followed after stream. YouTube, that's just a shot in the dark. Sometimes it tells me if you subscribe, sometimes it doesn't. Most of the time it doesn't, though. Wait, I'm heading the opposite direction. Yeah, it's a thing called light pollution, which is the... If you've taken physics classes, you'll know that like waves of equal opposite amplitudes cancel each other out, and that's how noise-canceling headphones work. And light is also a wave, and so that's what light pollution does. Yeah, I haven't seen Sky without light pollution, so I don't actually know what the experience is like, but I can imagine that it is indeed like this, but with clear skies. Hold on, I think I can change that. There we are. There we go. Magic is cool. Oh, good. If you can kill the Ultra Witch, that would help a lot more problems, in addition to clearing up the sky. Now we have less sky. This is still, of course, way more than we'd see on Earth. Like, you can barely see any stars, at least where I am. Alright, where in the heck would our 20th Daedra be? That people are stupid? I know, it's just shocking how stupid people actually are. But you confront evidence of it every now and again. Okay, where's some Daedra? Non-hostile Daedra. Non-hostile Daedra. With a Daedra. If I could interview for Jekka, that would be great, but I can't, because I tried. I guess we can go to Miracorp and, like, try to find someone. I already went through all the houses there, but maybe somebody was out and about when I went into their home. There's also... There's Vampire and Coral that I know, who I guess could count. That's only if you really view vampires as Daedra, and I don't think the common people do, although they technically are Daedra. You know, I could just teleport to... I really have to debate whether it's worthwhile to train athletics at this point. We are, of course, over 100, but we're at the point where I think... I got a rough estimate one time. And I think it was like 1% of an athletics level now takes an hour of running. Something like that. So I don't know if this is, like, worthwhile to do? That time investment? Probably isn't, but we're also surprisingly close. We were down here. Oh well. Actually, yeah, we do arrive at a good time of day. We should be up now. Hopefully.
Hails.
If I see one, and there's the other now. Which one was from...
Greetings.
I think you.
Well met.
Oh, you're talking about the Oreo? Yeah, she's talking about the Oreo.
Bye.
I've already explained why there's two of her, and they look different. I may as well explain it again. So, the Stranded Light integration, the reason why it's called integration is because not only is it this whole lore expansion thing, but it also includes the author's other two mods, Race Balance Project and Less Annoying Magic Experience. But those two you can also get as separate mods. And I got Lame on its own, and I did not want the Race Rebalance Project to be added mid-playthrough. So I got the Stranded Light without the integration, and they both of course add the same NPCs but with different assets, so that's why we have a few NPC doubles wandering around, because one of them is the Spell Merchant for Lame, and the other is the story NPC for Stranded Light, which will become one and the same once I go to the Moo playthrough and actually use the integrated version with the Rebalanced Race project. Alright, we already went in here, but yeah, I won't check again. Wait, why am I running again? Just do teleporting. Such a hassle to try and not overshoot. Let's see, tower. Tower should be good. No, she's not here. I know where she'd be. I gave her permission to stay to go through the entire tower, because she's been in a soul gem for a long time. See, it is a nice alchemy garden to have. However, as far as storage is concerned, this is it. Disqualifies this from being a new main home. Oh, here you are. I mean, there's weapon and armor storage here. There's like a armor, some misc, and then weapon, another misc, and a bunch of display cases. It's not a bad
It's
home.
my pleasure.
Just not good enough.
Good day.
You don't remember when we hunted down Chandra the Bloody? Yeah, how she, like, both locked us in with magically, and Jekka, his soul, just came in and, like, sacrificed herself to free us. For not much reason. Anyhow, she failed one too many times there, so her initial employers said, like, fuck it, she's just staying in the soul gym. Don't really care to use her. Use Ophelia. I'm like, well, I'll take her. But yeah, personal stripper now. More specifically, it's a personal succubus, but whatever. Semantics. For a second, I thought there was a door underneath this place. Do I have to check everywhere again? I may need to. I don't think there's any trespassing in here, though. Because I technically do own this city. If you have the right mods installed, they can actually do succubus things and not just look the part. No way I can do that on Twitch or YouTube, though. I think I can on DLive. I know DLive doesn't have as strict censorship on their platform. Or at least I hear it doesn't. So I need to actually read the TOS. Alright, you look like... I'm gonna turn off FOV so I can actually get a better look. Okay, you don't look like you'd be a Daedra. You are... Malmer. Interesting. And you are also Malmer. Okay, two Malmer living together. Explains the water. So yeah, I could probably show those types of mods on like a DLive exclusive, but definitely not YouTube or Twitch. I know Twitch will ban you for it, YouTube probably will too. Maybe they'll take it down first and give a warning. Alright, that guy is an elf, and this is an Argonian. And that people are sleeping, I might actually be able to find everyone. How many lazy cards are in your graveyard at this point? Probably
Well,
talk to
that-
you, but yeah, I can't ask you again.
Take care.
Oh, whatevs. You show what you want to show. Okay, nobody in here. Maybe we should... Oh, hello. Oh, I just asked you, haven't I? That I have. You on your way? That's good. Keep that up and you'll do fine. Speaking of, I have not worked on growth armor. Instead, I worked on resume and LinkedIn. So I kind of put those off. Alright, you don't look like a Daedra. I don't see where you're... This seems like a bed for two, so I assume there's a second person, but maybe there isn't. I've had kind of the opposite, where like I try to go to sleep, but then I have this idea that I want to code, and I can't go to sleep until I put it into practice.
Yes?
And that has
Okay.
thrown off my sleep schedule a number of times.
Bye.
It's actually what the current disruption is from. I stayed up like an extra 4 hours just to code something into the growth weapon. I think it was mimicry. Or not, maybe it was rewriting the hand. I don't know. It was something to do with growth weapon though. I don't recall it any further. Oh right, these guys. Oh, low FOV is so bad. Hi. All right. Here. Yeah, I know I used to play on this like it was nothing, but that was all I knew back then. Wait, what? Okay. You don't look like a Daedra?
Divine Crusader.
Alright. Okay, that's like this street, which leaves this Fighter Skill chapter, Major Skill chapter, and a couple of stores on the other side, which I think I've already been through. We should, going by the store name, there should be a couple of Khajiit.
Hi there.
Hi. Yeah, wait, what? Alright. Oh, for like an Omaze. Omaze. They used, I don't know, is it wood elf or high? I don't know, they use an elf model and then they just put these specific tattoos on their face to indicate their Omaze. Okay. So we have two Khajiit and Dummer on the border of Morrowind, living together. In peace. Brought this up last time, but that is quite controversial. Oh yeah, Happy Log. They have a bunch of Bollywogs downstairs. Alright, you are not Daedra. Gunmer? Oh, I just... The hell did I even knock down? What did I... What? I can't even grab it. Okay, assume she's a... just assume she's a Dummer. Or did I kick it up there? I don't know. I'll talk to you anyways.
Well met.
Oh, you don't look quite like... a high elf? I can't quite... I think she has pointy ears. It's a little hard to see through her hair. You didn't want to be in the border skirmish between Morrowind and Skyrim, so they put you onto the border of Skyrim and Morrowind and Cyrodiil.
Good day.
Okay, yeah, those are elf ears. It's probably an Altmer. Okay, and then there was the one Dremora in the Fighters Guild.
Good day.
Kind of like how I updated my growth weapon. I didn't really have a plan for that. It was just like, it'll be out when it's out, and I'll just work as fast as I can to try and keep the public zeitgeist on my side before it fades from memory. Okay, so that's kinda everybody. And I can't ask these folks because they aren't in the guild. And other guild members I can't ask because they aren't Daedra. Alright, FOV, come back to me.
Ah!
And time and feeding time. This will give so much XP, but we're not going to feed it. We're going to have it help with crowd control if the time ever arises. Although, now that I think about it, I shouldn't use this. 300 feet is a lot larger than you think. Now you're getting scheduling involved. The thing should go alright. Okay, I'm out of Daedra. Can you think of any other Daedra? Any other places I could look? I want to get one more. Wait, I can actually think of a couple more. I can think of exactly 2 more Daedra. One who I know is not in the Stranded Light, but just maybe may count, and another that is in the Imperial City, but I don't think she's a part of us.
Ah! Ah!
Hello there, Minotaurs. Dead wolf? How? Doesn't matter. It's a dead wolf. So Comcast does not want you to know. Public service announcement that I just said. Oblivion has quick save and quick load, but they corrupt your save data. There's your public service announcement. Alright, so we're going to Rendresi this year, I think was her name. Hello. Just a reminder, we are on max difficulty. I mean, sure, we'll take some damage, but I mean, we're dealing the same damage we used to on normal. Alright, I still don't know her schedule. She's in the bookstore. I don't quite feel like actually hunting for her.
Good to see you.
Oh, there she is.
Any friend of Martin's is a friend of mine. How can I help you?
I cannot ask her.
Goodbye.
Alright, got that. I think this is the only teleport spell I have that takes me to the city. And there's one Daedra that I remember seeing in here.
I have a feeling.
Infernal beggar. Get a cure and keep your distance.
Oh, has a disease? Alright, let's see if we can... We have cure disease.
On an old war veteran. I'm saving up enough for some medicine. Thank you.
How to say it? So one of us still has a job, and they just got their paycheck today, so we got a restock of food today. I have some food waiting in the fridge, a panini and some mac and cheese. I've already had dinner though, so I'm not sure if I'll eat that today.
Blessings, hallelujah.
And aside from just like a general diminishing in variety of food, I haven't had much change in my normal habits. Here you are.
Good day.
I don't think you're in the light though. Ah, yes, I can ask you. Yeah, it's been mostly pasta for meals, pasta-based meals, and I'm getting kind of sick of it. Well, I met old Jake. I don't know. I haven't met him for long, though. Alright, want to join? If you joined, you could have been my 20th. Yeah, this is actually like a really neat part about recruitment, is that
Farewell.
the quest is technically completed, but we can still advance it further. So you never actually know when it's completed. Nice little touch.
I heard him tell the joke. I understood it.
Nice. Although not intact. Just all I can say is don't put all your cash into stocks, because if it all goes poof, then that's all your savings. That's what happened to my family in '08. Used to have money in stocks and we're middle class, and then it crashed and everything went poof. And now my parents are too traumatized from that event to trust the stocks again, so we're only getting cash from paychecks and not from passive income. So yeah.
Sure. Well met.
So if nobody can think of any other Daedra, I think we finished all our interviews.
Can you believe that a thief broke into the Imperial Palace itself?
Oh, I can believe that.
Good day.
Nobody remembers any other Daedra? Nobody? Oh, we gave him 96. 95. That's 95. It's really nice I figured out we can do blue text. We can't do any other text. Those are only 2 colors, but nice. It's harder to read, but it's more eye-catching with a glance. It's like, when the frick do you see blue text in the console log? As for me, I've got my... As I said, I'd put it on hold, unfortunately, but for a bit too long, but I am preparing to get a job, and since I'm going to be programming, a remote job shouldn't be too hard to get.
You're the one who restored the Knights of the Nine, right? Well done, if I may say so. We could use more people like you these days.
Alright, so since nobody remembers any other Daedra, we done. Maybe I have forgotten someone, but yes, I'm done. Oh, cool. Oh boy, it's going by really fast. Oh gosh, I couldn't read any of that. Yeah, as I said, actually, I can't say if it's still true now, but at least last when I researched it, before the big quarantine, a degree only hindered your vertical movement in the company. It was more so what you've actually done, because that's what my college professors had also pointed out, is that for some strange reason, a lot of computer science degrees and courses in a lot of colleges don't actually teach programming. They tell you the theory, and then you never practice it. So companies are aware of that, and are just like, just because you have a degree don't mean you can code. So they will actually want to see that you can code first, and a degree is like a plus, because that means you actually kind of have a more, theory in addition to practice. My college taught me how to code, and now I have a mod to show off, so yay. Well, you don't know that, so don't put yourself down so much. That'll just paralyze you. Alright, I have to freaking pause to read this. They don't have the lip syncing, so... And, because, like, the Stranded Light comes with its own voice files, or, like, blank voice files and lip syncing files. So, the freaking silent voice mod isn't going to help here. I actually have to pause this. Just outside of your door. Was it a soul gem? Okay, what did I get? Oh, it doesn't. Exactly. You see, not thinking like that is why I haven't actually applied for a job yet, because I'm still kind of paralyzed by the thought, well, what if I'm not good enough? But that's just preventing me from doing it in the first place. Yep. Oh, Nightmare Stone. Oh, it's a consumable. Is that a permanent effect or it doesn't have a timer on it? And I think he also mentioned a robe. I think I caught that. I don't know though. Oh, dark robes. Oh, I already have these. At least I think I have an enchanted variant. Yep. I'm glad you brought that up because I forgot it was called that. Yeah, I think JavaScript was one of the more popular languages out there. Or like, in demand. I know C++ is... There's a lot of experts in the field that know C++, but they aren't teaching it so much these days because Python is just easier and can do a lot of the same things. So, if somebody wants C++, I have an edge there. I just have an affinity for lower level programming. Also, it's been a while since I've seen you in Shadow, so welcome back. Well, they don't expect you to memorize it. They seriously don't. Like, I know you haven't gone to college yet or taken many programming classes, but like, you're at a computer all day working on your code. You aren't like at a desk writing on a piece of paper. You have Google right there. They expect you to use it. If you don't know something, you don't know syntax, you don't know a library, you just look shit up. So all they really need to test for is that you know how to do it or how to go about problem solving. Not that you actually know what you need to specifically do.
You have my ear, citizen.
Well, I'm going to say before I use that Nightmare Stone, because I didn't have a time limit. Makes me think it's permanent, but maybe it's not. Oh, it's an... Oh. That's an enchantment. Okay. Alright. I don't quite know what this would do. Oh, no, not that. Okay. Let's keep Iron and Magicka. 1010. And it would replace this, because this takes up the amulet slot. Doesn't fortify anything, so... Ah! It's an extra 150. Oh, that's actually pretty nice. I don't know if I'll keep it like that, though. And wait. Wait. Two seconds. No downsides. I don't think you know what this means. Lame acknowledges how broken paralysis 1 second is, and so you can't add paralyze to stuff yourself, and everything that has paralyze also heals the target. And this is no healing. 2 seconds, not 1, but 2 seconds. What the fuck? That's strong as shit. Okay, so I don't really have a reason to use that because I could just add that effect onto here since this is a modded item. If I really wanted it, I kind of feel like I shouldn't just for balance's sake, because that still has a lot of effects on the pouch. But yeah, if I weren't using modded items, I think I would enchant something with that like immediately and would use it because that's just awesome.
I'm only asking for a single coin.
Oh, that actually sounds pretty good. It looks like a string map? We call it a string map? Forget. I'm just very used to like C style languages. I know JavaScript is also a little C style. A little bit. Not completely though. So I think I can pick up JavaScript. Python, you can also is just... I've had also a few courses in Python, so I'm familiar with that. I wouldn't say I'm proficient in Python, but I at least know basics. Or should remember basics. But like C and C++ are what I was mostly taught in. And now I have mostly learned OBSE to code this monstrosity. Now it's Mentor. Freaking damage stacking. Like, how much? 168% weakness to magic. Okay, the drops to 0-bit rates are only for like a second or so now. Yeah, Python is, honestly, it's the most beginner-friendly language. Python is, because Python is an interpretive language, which means that, like, you type in whatever, and there's an interpreter which actually, like, tries to figure out what you mean, and then do what it thinks you mean. Which makes it, A, really slow, but also B, it's very tolerant of how you go about doing stuff. So, like, it's the closest programming language to just straight English. Like, it gets kind of close to, like, to English with how you code in Python. Well, when I first got exposed to Python, no, not Python, to Java, I was already depressed, or, like, that was right when I started to become really depressed. So I had absolutely no desire, no drive or anything to even begin looking at Java. I just went, fuck this, I'm out, and then I just stopped going to class. Oh yeah, I did meet that one. You always say Destiny's approach every time I step up to you. Now, I can't ask you about all these people, but I don't know if I should at this point. Tuva, that sounds like it'd be a Malmer. I find joy in that too. Mostly because, for me, coding derives a very similar type of satisfaction to gaming. For me. Actually
It's
getting
my
the code
pleasure.
working
Please
and
continue.
the compiler actually telling you what's wrong.
Right.
Like how in a game you can actually see what the heck you messed up on.
Afternoon.
Oh, hello. Okay, we're just here. Excuse me, because I see Nerva just spamming with messages in Discord. But if he's watching the stream, half the time he just forgets that there's actually a chat attached to the stream and just sends me DMs instead. Okay, this isn't fully related to the stream, but apparently he might gift me a game, but only might. My library may expand. There might be another co-op stream. I don't know. That's actually up to him. Because I'm okay with streaming it, because it's also him exposing how he plays to the world. That's also okay. Oh, I've had similar bugs like that. Oh boy. Oh gosh, what mod are you referring? If we're talking about this whole ruin with all these people, this is the Stranded Light. I think it's a faction 2. The Stranded Light is a lore expansion mod where, like, you know with the Oblivion Crisis, how the veil between Oblivion and Mundus is weakened. And so, like, shouldn't more data besides Dagon's Dremora come in here? And that's what this mod kind of goes on, is that other Daedric come here and they aren't seeking invasion, they're just kind of stranded here because they got sucked in. And now they're stuck with the barrier reclosed, and they're trying to just make a living here as a guild. So that's like what you're seeing here. Oh boy, what other mods? Oh, there is enhanced vanilla combat to make things just faster. Less annoying magic experience, so magic is, you know, feels very magical and stuff. You'll see some very powerful spells. I also have Elise's Uncapper, so my skills go up to 200. And realistic leveling, so my level should also be stupid high at 108. And then there is the mod that I wrote myself to Spheragon the Growth Weapon, which you can find on the Nexus. And I can bring up a mod page for the Growth Weapon. Have to... Just an easy link I have, because I remember linking it in a Reddit post. Yes, I have. Honestly, we've been in the quote-unquote final stretches for the past month or so. Because, like, I completed the base game. I just got gifted the game. Add aside. I completed the vanilla game. That includes all the guilds, all the entire main quest. I completed the Shivering Isles. Now I'm just trying to finish up the Stranded Light. The Stranded Light is not wanting me to finish it because the mod author really wants you to just kind of discover things on your own and have it be a slow burn type of mod. So there aren't any quest markers, there aren't any notifications that there's new quests. They aren't trying to shove the stuff in your face. You have to go out and look for it. So I'm like, all right, we'll just finish this and be done with it. And then that last quest takes like 3 weeks to do. I mean, there's a second playthrough I have planned with Mascar's Oblivion Overhaul installed. So when I beat this, I'll get to start this over with way more mods, but this is the mod that I wrote. And yeah, it's this is the final update, at least for now. I'm working on growth armor. And basically it doesn't have a quest attached to it to get it, unfortunately, but whatever, someone else can add that. My permissions are just, as long as it's not a paid for product, you can use this however you want. Yep. And then after that, I might go to like Morrowind or Skyrim or something, unless I find enough mods to make like a third playthrough of Oblivion. But this one is, so because there isn't really a quest, it just gets popped into your inventory, and the more you hit things with it, the stronger the weapon gets. And I'm proud of it. It's like several thousand lines of scripting. So this is just a big ass mod. But as you can see, you can change the form. There's even some in-game stuff. There's quick swapping between your last chosen form. There's randomizing. This is my favorite one right now, so I'm going to keep quick swapping back. So there's that. As you can see, you have claymores and bastard swords. Bastard swords can be both one or two-handed. You have your standard vanilla types, the warhammer and the blunts, and war axes and the maces. You also have bows and staves. Up to 70 models for each, because as you can see, there's longsword and longsword 2, because these menu UI isn't really good for large lists, so I chose to cap the amount. So that way navigation time isn't too long. And also, I don't have it, but I won't choose yes because I want this staff around, but you can feed your loot to this Faragon, so that way there still is a reason to pick up loot. And then there's an ini file that lets you like modify all of the things about it. I'll go get that up. Just going in my folders off screen. Oh yeah, like what's fortunate about PC gaming is that you have access to, I'll tap back onto here. So you have a console log, so you can just put in console commands to try and fix any bugs you come across, as well as just downloading patches that'll fix things so I don't have to encounter it in the first place. Although I do miss analog movement. I really do miss the analog movement of a joystick. I've gotten used to WASD, but I still would prefer joystick movement. Here's the ini. So this is the ini file for the weapon, and as you can see, it gets read every time you load a save. You have like your base stats, your growth rates. These are actually, both the base stats and growth rates get adjusted every time for each weapon type. So Claymore is the base, and then everything is modified relative to that. So things are actually balanced, so you don't have like a dagger with Claymore stats. Also, staff has innate AoE to the enchantment, so that way it has something special going for it. And then we have the enchantment that occurs every 5 levels, starting at level 11, because it starts off at level 1, so 10 level ups, and then you get an enchantment, and then it's every 5 level ups from there. Which point, this isn't the... There's 10 effect bundles, and I have to go into the readme to give you what each of those are, but this is... This is per effect balancing. Sorry, the bitrate went to 0, so I stopped talking. So I assume you can't hear me at all when the bitrate's 0. But this is per effect. So you can have the magnitude, area, duration, and cost, both the base and the growth rate for each effect. And there's a lot. And then there is the charge amount on the weapon. Then we have the XP that you get, both what you need for level ups, and then you have how much you get for normal hits, power attacks, bow hits, staff hits, and the level cap. And then the conversion rate for when you offer weapons. You also restore some durability and charge when you offer weapons too, which is nice. There's also D-level on breaking. If you set it to negative, you'll disable. Positive, it'll be not reset to 0. Then there's the key bindings. You can get things like Oblivion's UI, it only shows 8 effects total, like 8 effects max for like enchantments and stuff. So I have a keybind that will pop up a message box that will show you the entire enchantment, so you can get around that. And then we have latency stuff like the garbage collection for the arrow XP handler, as well as key lag for in-game hotkeys, and then just a list of all the key codes. So there is technically controller support, because if you map these to here, the game shouldn't care whether you use a keyboard or a controller to hit those actions. Should work either way. Oh, Nerva's internet is dying. Hold on, Steam is just... I don't want to close the Steam window, because I don't know if that'll cancel the gift thing from downloading, but it's been spinning for a while.
Greetings, guildmate.
Yeah, it really is unfortunate that this is just kind of like that awkward middle child in the long run. Like, Morrowind gets a lot of attention from modders, and then Skyrim is just the newest guy on the block, so it has the more up-to-date tools, and Oblivion's just in the middle. It's got better writing than Skyrim,
Afternoon.
but
Greetings, guildmate.
it just gets neglected. Alright, and the last thing, so you can do these two things both. So yeah, you can get the name up top and the menu it's from. That's like for if you say do random, and you're like, I have no idea what the heck this is, then you can just do shift right click and it'll tell you what it is. You can also do that in game. Default is 0, and then 9 is here with the full enchantment. Also tells you the active growing enchantment, so only one effect grows at a time. And then it was control right click in the menu. And it actually checks whether you have the weapon highlighted for it, so it's not going to pop up if you do a control right click anywhere else. Gosh, that sucks about Fallout 3. Oh, wow. Okay. New Elder Scrolls? Skyrim, I feel like they did improve the engine, but the gameplay feels worse. I think with Oblivion, I get there's less mechanics in Oblivion, but you have this thing called being able to move while attacking, which allows you to, dance around your opponents and actually go in and out of attack range, which give combat more depth. So I can't say I like Skyrim combat, and the writing is unquestionably shit. I mean, at a glance, if you aren't really thinking about it, I guess it's alright, but when you start to think about it, there's so many glaring, gaping plot holes and contradictions, you just can't enjoy it. But for modding, it should be better than Oblivion, because it's more up-to-date with the coding practices and engine. ESO, I can never recommend. I played that for 5 years, and as a veteran, I will say it is a shit game. The new player experience is good. They've done a lot to polish up the new player experience, make it fun and engaging, but once you get to max level, as soon as you get to max level, all that's left is busy work and grinding and RNG bullshit. So by that point, you're kind of just hoping you still have the fun there from when you're leveling, but it's actually not there. And the hope keeps you going until it becomes an addiction, and then you keep playing for years and years after you stop having fun playing the game. Plus, even though the combat is better than Skyrim, it still is badly coded. And then you can't have mods to fix it because it's online. As far as like the next game in the series, it's either in Alakir or elsewhere. We don't really know. We only have that one screenshot of like a savanna or desert. So I know too little about the upcoming one to really say anything. I can have hopes and expectations, but after Fallout 76, I kind of shouldn't expect that much from Bethesda. At least the modding tool should be better, though. Okay, so we were tapped onto the game. Yes, I have like 3,000 or 4,000 hours into ESO on like one character, and I've had like 10. I really don't recommend it. But I still need to put the caveat that the new player experience, the leveling experience, is fun. That is enjoyable, but everything else about the game is not good and very money grabby. Like, they are really trying to almost blatantly, but not quite, nickel and dime you for everything.
Ah!
Yeah, like, as far as vanilla games go, Oblivion is just downright better than Skyrim to me. I haven't played Morrowind, and when I get my hands on Morrowind, of course I'll go play it, but I don't have it. Oh, there's a crash. Well, luckily, if an autosave was just left from Rendon. But once you include mods, once you add mods into the mix, I can't really say whether Oblivion or Skyrim is better. Because Oblivion obviously is the better base game and needs fewer mods to become an even better game. But Skyrim has had its modding community around for far longer. And has, I can only assume, are better tools too, so they've done a lot more with their mods. So you can add a hell of a lot more to Skyrim. So yeah, with mods, I don't know. Either, maybe Skyrim better, if you can find the right combination of mods. But for base game, Oblivion's better. I can go into some specifics about ESO, it's just, I've done those rants a few times and they take a while. Yeah, like they have to get their writing team back into shape. Because, oh gosh, if I can find the video, I'll post it on the Discord, but there was one that I watched a while ago that kind of analyzed Skyrim's writing for all the guild lines, and just put into words what I always kind of felt, but never really explicitly thought about it, just how shit the game's writing was. I don't really do it there because I'm kind of overpowered, I don't need to, but also this weapon is way too strong at this point. We are like level... oh gosh, I'll show it. We're level 95 with this weapon, and here's the thing, I balanced this weapon so that like level 25 is about the same level as Daedric. We're 95 right now? It's It's gotten kind of retarded. With like... Alright, let me just... do I have a claim? I have a mace. I can show it with that, because... At the sling speed of a mace. And then if I change this form to a mace... As you can see, we swing faster. So, yeah, I kind of hate to explicitly call attention to it because I did indeed program a speed increase per level up with Deuce Varagon, and I made it so small so that you didn't really notice it as leveling up, and more like, wait a minute, this is faster than a Claymore should be. Like, at one point. It's kind of what I wanted the experience to be, but I kind of have to call attention to that right now to explain the fact that we're gaining speed, so now we have a really fast, really strong weapon. You can also set that speed increase to 0, of course. The ini file is there for that kind of stuff. You can make this as broken or balanced or weak as you want. Take as fast or as short as you want to level up. Like, you can actually set it so that it's one hit for every level up. I've done that for testing purposes. But yeah, also, we are on the hardest difficulty. And we're still killing enemies like freaking hot knife through butter. I played Fallout 3, and I played a little bit of New Vegas. And I really did like Fallout 3 because it was just like Oblivion with guns, basically. New Vegas, though, it was... I think now I'd probably find it to be a far better game, but back then I was still a little kid and expecting basically more of Fallout 3, which New Vegas was not. So I wasn't really prepared for the kind of experience New Vegas was offering, and so I didn't play it for that long and terribly like it. As I said, I'd probably like New Vegas a lot more now, because I know Obsidian, it's probably... expectations are different than they were back then. I don't really know where to go or what to do right now, because we finished that quest. We probably have to wait a few days for the book to get published. I kind of got not much... Oh, there's a little bit to do. I have to say, I was kind of fallen out, rather kind of forgotten about Fallout by the time 4 came out, and my brother got it, and he played it a lot, and he's like, he's not too big on it. So I also kind of just gave it a pass, and then it was, since I'm also watch a good deal of games reviews and journalism, games news, you couldn't really have missed the kind of shitstorm that 76 stirred up. Oh, we're out of charge. Okay, we won't cut through things like hot butter. I think we'll go explore the root system again. Yeah, I don't have it on PC. I think I had it for PlayStation 3. I doubt I still have it, but slim chance I might. But then again, I don't have capture hardware for PlayStation 3. And, well, I do still have it. It's actually right behind the monitor I'm playing on right now, but it's not plugged in. So I have to overcome the laziness of just plugging it in and unplugging one of my 2 monitors. And finding the disc, if I still have it, and playing it. I think I'd rather just get a job, get some money, buy it on PC. Wait, I'm heading south. I need to start heading, like, west-northwest. I'll just... I'm so used to actually using the Nibene River as a highway. Because it's just clear. It's clear of enemies and stuff, clear terrain. But I should try not doing that this time. Oh, there's actually another thing we can do besides the root system. I do need to save before we start it. Nice seeing you. Thanks for the sub. I try to stream every night, and I'll notify Discord if I'm not. Oh, see you tomorrow. Alright, let's get this recharged. This is also why I wanted to increase the charge of the weapon as you level it up. Because that way it takes more soul gems and more resource. I don't know what that notification is for on Twitch. I did not set that sound as default. I have no idea what that was. Maybe I should keep an events page up for Twitch now. I used to when I only streamed Twitch. Bitrate is 0. Okay. So I don't know how much of that got cut out, but I'm thinking of just keeping the event page for Twitch up again. Because when I used to stream only to Twitch, I'd have it up. Because it makes sense to. Now that I'm restreaming to 3 platforms and I wasn't getting any viewers on Twitch until like past week or 2 now, I just kind of don't have it up. So remember the sounds that I set. I did not set that last sound. Alright, where's it going? Alright, before that it was charge. Because one of the ways I tried to balance this is so that not only as you go to higher levels of the weapon, it need more enemies to kill, because not only is it more XP to level up, it also need kill things in fewer hits, so you get less XP per enemy. Kind of work together to make leveling up harder and harder. And then also on the resource side, I have more total charge, because soul gems restore the same amount regardless. So this way you need more soul gems to get effectively the same uses out of your weapon. Alright, we don't need to run. We're not going anywhere. We're summoning a place. I still have this spell though. It'll give me a full recharge for 5k gold, which I used to use all the time. Before I decided, I have this huge stockpile of soul gems, let's use them. And now that's my last 3 grand soul gems. So, probably going to go back to this. Just like a conversation about what I think about the Elder Scrolls and Fallout. A Twitch notification that I did not set the sound for, so I don't actually know what that was for. I'll have to check later. And we're gonna do this to kill time. Because we just finished a Stranded Light quest. I don't know when the next one's gonna pop up. May as well go fight Marin's Dagon again. Let's go superpowered. I don't know. I'll let you decide here, Alyssa. Should I use Whelm or not? Should I create a continent of death? Okay, Volt Star's in there, which is fine. Whelm's kind of ridiculous. Let's not use it. Unless Alyssa says so. But Alyssa will hear the question when she does. Oh gosh, that's right. We're on hard, so our fuck damage is like our worst nemesis. We almost died just from killing that storm match now. See how they get to like half health and then they just die? That's weakness to magic for you. Okay, alright, so I'm just gonna kill them with the touch spells for safety's sake. And recast the buffs just for... because one of them only lasts for like... Alright, that should be that. Traveler only lasts for 3 minutes. I don't know if I can clear a gate that fast. Maybe I can if I skip everything. Okay, where the heck is the door? Probably here. Still remember all the variations of hallways. Oh. Got way too fast. Magic resistance helped you out there, buddy. You didn't have any. Alright, do you have... you don't have butt damage. So you're safe. Oh, are we out of charge? Might be out of charge. We're getting close. Okay, I'll use it. There's our last soul gem. Now we're just using Azura's star. Okay, we're at like the top of a tower within like 2 minutes or 1 minute, minute and a half, something like that.
Ah!
Yeah, alright. What's going on? Oh, right. Oh, okay. Ow. Well, you can give your response still. Oh boy, Storm. Alright, you're dead. Oh, he still got me. Alright, let's use Azura's star then. Alright. So I need to get the... I'm just on the edge. There we go. Okay. And hop. Okay. Something's still alive. Fair point. Something has to be near immune to magic, because that health bar should not be anywhere near full. Alright, and whoop. Well, I heard something die. As you can see, anything within 300 feet of this light effect is going to die. This room is now a death trap. Yeah, let's just take it. I just hope it doesn't crash. All right. Let's see, we got Frenzy to level 50 and reflect damage 5%. I don't think I've seen that before. Alright, let's do some repairs and then some feeding. So we got a lot of Aedric stuff. Honestly, game time wise, that was not much at all. That was maybe like an hour or two in game. Or less? Is that less than an hour in game? Only a few minutes IRL. Alright. Oh, we actually got a lot of recharge from that. Oh boy, those enchanted stuff. Greater Staff gave us a lot. Okay, now I need to unquick slot Whelm before I kill the Imperial City. Okay, that's one gate down. We could do another, but those gates are very prone to crashing. I mean, like, you can crash at any point inside or at the very end. And you can't load saves inside because those also crash on load. Oh, we're using this as a highway again. No. We should actually use the road. The road or the woods. Either one. Maybe it was the difficulty slider that made them not die instantly. I mean, they were paralyzed for 6 minutes, so they're still gonna, like, die. But... Weird I didn't just instantaneously combust. Well, we're gonna head to the Isles for... I could actually end it now because we're 2 hours in. And have nothing real better to do. So I guess I'll just head to the portal. It's so much faster to train acrobatics than it is to train athletics at this point. Ungodly faster. I am definitely choosing athletics as both a major skill and a combat focus next playthrough. This leveling speed is way too absurd. Alright, I think we're getting kind of close. Wait, okay. It's really hard to make out the surface. Apparently I can still jump even when I land in the water. Okay. I'm just focusing on the crosshair and the horizon. And now the island's blocking the horizon. Shit. It's really hard maintaining that the entire way.
Barebones attacking.
Okay. So I will leave it here. Screenshot and to save. We'll see y'all tomorrow night. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope your internet is better, Alyssa, and I hope Comcast dies enough. I don't know if I want Comcast to die in a dumpster fire. I want it to face a horrible fate, but I also don't want it to just put us out of internet, which I think just having it die would do. Yes. Well, good night, Sobit. And Alyssa, and Nerva, who might be watching but also has Alyssa-style internet right now.